Doing more does not equal better results. Doing the right thing equals better results. In our quest to optimize productivity, most of us believe that multitasking is the way to go. We try to work on numerous projects at once and get better at gazillion things at once. But that's just not possible. You can't make insanely fast and strong progress in every area of your life. In reality, it goes something like this. Those 3 to 6 months I'm focusing on my fitness, and when I get it dialed in, I learn how to work out and be consistent and eat good, and then I can focus on relationships and so on and so forth. Anytime you transition to another area, it sort of takes less energy and bandwidth and resources to maintain the goodness of the previous area. If you're trying to do multiple things at once, the quality of the work you're doing is very likely low. So in other words, you're doing a lot of things, but you're not really doing much in any of those things. The truth is, we need sharp focus, deep focus, concentrated attention on a very specific task. We need to direct our energy and attention to moving the lever that gets us as far, as further, as fast as we want, depending on what our objective is. So before trying to do everything to look or feel productive, ask, what is the goal of the action that I'm taking? It is already 7 in the morning and your brain is soaked in anxious thoughts for what you have to do during the day. Numerous stressors hit. You have to finish that paper, call that person, get ready for the gym, make your bed, and prep your schedule a week in advance. If you're human, you're most likely in this situation. What we tend to forget though is, whose goals are we running towards? Is this social media thing contributing to my goals? What's the purpose behind this video I'm editing? Why do I have to communicate with this person? Or do I need to clean the house? Can't I just get a robot? Question your actions more often. We oftentimes misconstrue being productive for doing more, but it's the total opposite of that. Writing a paper you didn't have to write in the first place has nothing to do with being productive. Saying yes to attending an event you don't care about or want to be there has nothing to do with being a good person. Answering emails while trying to focus and read a book just lowers the quality of those emails and what you learn from the book. We must question and filter out what being productive really means. And again, to determine what being productive means, you're going to have to question your goals or a specific direction you have. Unless you have this, you're going to spend a ton of inefficient energy lying around on things that you don't actually care about. Having a specific goal sort of dictates the path where you're going to direct your energy. It acts like a sort of a filter for filtering unnecessary things, unnecessary tasks. So you get with a long list of things that you don't need to do and you're still productive. Isn't that funny? If you find you're functioning on 50% and for whatever reason you want to upgrade to the next level and fill your battery up to 90%, you've come at the right place. We've distilled science on human health and performance into a simple, all-in-one guide. This way you can gain clarity on what are the top 11 highest ROI habits that help you unlock the next level of vitality, increase energy levels, and sharpen your focus. This blueprint covers things like fasting, nootropic, metabolic dieting, sleep tracking, and more, giving tools to break free from fatigue and function at your best, day after day. It's a digital set comprised of a 150 plus page ebook, 13 high quality videos explaining each topic and the context behind it, and a 4-week habit tracker. If you're ready to unlock lasting energy and peak productivity, you can grab it now. Scan the QR code or links in the description. Being productive is about achieving the goal with least amount of effort. Don't be productive for the sake of being productive. Don't be busy, be productive. Say you're working on your computer writing an article. Notification pops up on your phone. Your brain immediately lights up, filled with excitement to check out what your coworker sent you. Now, what you've done there doesn't seem like a lot. You get back to work thinking, I'm just fine, let's continue. Another message pops off. Before you know it, you're in conversation. Getting back to the primary task is now almost impossible. You need more than 15 minutes of excruciating focus and discipline to get back into flow. Why? All because you've left notifications on. Do you see where this leads us? To a pool of distraction and interrupted thoughts. So what exactly happens in the brain when you switch tasks? See, every time you go from doing task A to task B, there is this lingering mental focus in your brain that stays with the unfinished tasks. So you maybe were writing emails and now you want to write a script. You switch right off from one to the other, but for your brain to really develop the momentum to writing the script, it needs to stop answering emails. I mean, at least in your head. And that is quite challenging. This lingering focus stays solving this unfinished business you had with the emails and can't really focus on the script. So just this jump in itself wasted about 20 to 40% of the energetic resources or the bandwidth your brain had to solve this problem. This causes cognitive delays, meaning you're wasting time trying to really focus on the next thing while having finished the first thing. So try to, in a way, structure your work to have as little task switching as you can. The reason this increases cognitive load or cognitive demand on the brain is because more neural networks that are specified to completing different tasks are competing with one another, and it's hard when the brain is trying to fight itself. This way, juggling more tasks leads to lower efficiency, lower quality work, and a lot more mistakes. A blog posted on nutrient.io shows when your brain is forced to multitask, it puts multiple brain networks in competition with each other. This competition can cause interference among networks, leading to slower processing and more mistakes. Research reveals that people need to stop thinking about one task to fully transition their attention and perform well on the other. The unfinished task deteriorates brain performance. Another study shows people were less able to focus on a goal and memorize things when attention lapses. Heavier media multitasking led to more attention lapses and forgetfulness. Creativity requires deep focus and uninterrupted train of thoughts. Think of it like this. If your brain is anxiously trying to solve mathematical problems, you can't be the most creative person you can at the same time. The brain needs to be in a state where it's free to sort of run and create. This may be even further optimized by setting yourself in an environment which is so-called worry-free or not really bombarded with a ton of logistical tasks you need. In order to be creative, you need to let your brain gain deep focus, concentrate your energy and attention somewhere, and also develop or create the environment and brain state that will allow you to be creative. Multitasking is the enemy of creativity. The reason why is just generally when you have one specific task you want to accomplish, in itself, it requires multitasking. For example, let's say creativity is me writing this script. I am writing this script, but I am bounded. Like, I don't want to make the video too long. So when I write, I think about that. I don't have the resources to do X type of B-roll. So when I write, I take that into consideration. The next thing is maybe it's too scientific and boring, so I need to cut that out. And all of those bounds that are created are a multitask in itself, although there is one specific goal. finish the script for that video. If onto that you added emails and work logistical problems and traveling schedule and you needed to fix all those things, your creativity on finishing the script for the video is not going to be there. It just completely overloads your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for deep thinking and problem solving. If you want to be more creative, you need to give your brain the time and resources to do so. Creativity doesn't strive alongside deadlines, tight time blocks, and stressors. It's more of a free expression that requires focus within a limited set of bounds. The nutrients your brain and soul need for creativity is found in books, podcasts, movies, or other forms of idea exploration that give you inspiration. Last thing I want to focus on is elimination. This is why minimalism has grown so much in the past few years. Working for the sake of working is meaningless. You're not gonna get where you want to go just by working more. It's a principle I think we're all familiar with but don't really pay much attention. What you need to do is focus on just the specific tasks that bring you the result. A big part of this is eliminating all the noise, distractions, and completely unnecessary set of actions that are using your brain power. You'll notice there's suddenly a lot more energy to go around. Your brain has a lot more bandwidth. Well, of course, because now you need to memorize one and not 5 things. Now you need to focus on one specific task, not 4 at the same time. So I believe a big part of productivity is learning to pivot and to eliminate things that you deem not the most important. This is one of the best steps you can take to increase your efficiency, just doing the things that need to be done. More things is not better. Cut the noise. Progress is exponential when you focus on the one thing.